Hi, it's Daniel Murphy, and we're looking at this maple here today. And this is just a tree I just walked by. I'm not even working on this tree, but I want to use this as an example for you to learn from. In this particular species, maple in particular, oftentimes you'll have a cluster of branches all coming off the main trunk right around the same area here. And this could be problematic for the tree in coming years. Basically, as this continues to get wider and this continues to get wider, eventually this space in here will close off and there'll be no room for any of the fluid moving up the trunk to get into this center area and up in the middle of this trunk. And you'll oftentimes see these maples starting to the center to get restricted growth and then dying some years later. So at this point, many of you know that I don't like to make large cuts on the trunks of trees. You know, anything over 4 inches I would try to avoid. Like this is clearly going to be like 4 inches here. I would try to avoid that. This I wouldn't have a problem cutting. So that and that little guy right there, that can go. But in this situation, it's almost like this branch here's got to go in order to make sure that there's some way of getting the fluid up into the center of the tree here. And probably take this guy off over here so it could move up this side too. So that may be done in a series of steps. Like we could take this back to like a little, like even that little branch right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that little twig there, I could cut it to there. It would restrict the growth of this thing significantly. And then over some 3, 4, 5 years later, I could come back in when it developed a nice clear collar and cut that off. Normally I wouldn't want to leave that big a cut on a trunk of a tree, but if it means saving the center of a tree like that, that certainly is one possibility. And then the other thing you could do is, like here where this guy divides into two, leave the small one and just cut this whole end off here. So that's going to stunt the growth of this branch here too, which is something that wouldn't be a bad idea. Anyhow, that's just the thoughts for the day. Again, knowing your species and just experience with these trees over the years. And sometimes, you know, it's a trade-off. You have to figure out like how bad is this going to hurt the tree versus what are the consequences of not doing it later on. So thanks very much for watching. Take care and prune well. God bless you all.